seem to be in good health today, Jim. I'm just a simple country doctor, not a magician. There are some things I just can't fix.
Although his logic would likely improve, I see no reason to nerve pinch the doctor.
It's definitely Kirk. It's definitely Spock.
Readings are slightly elevated. Funny, I don't feel sick. Probably just another problem with the machine. Readings are slightly elevated. You seem healthy. I wonder why it's doing that.
A successful nerve pinch necessitates a brainstem. My calculations suggest this action is too unlikely to be successful to even attempt.
Once Kirk, always Kirk.
Look, tiny frisbees. I deduce we're dealing with leprechauns. What do you think, Jim? Time to replace Spock?
Don't give up your day job, Bones.
If you'll allow me, Doctor.
What's this? Toy badges? Well, it's nice to have toys, but what do we do with them? Look at this, a fancy button maker. I'd know these things anywhere. I used to have a cheap one as a kid.
That would be a most illogical device to discover here, Doctor.
If you don't believe me, look at it. I don't think it's alive, Jim. Anything else? Why don't you jump over a table or something? Maybe you'll get a bruise and I can do something worthwhile. You know, Spock, I bet I can fix those ears. Think about it. No more stocking caps. No more excuses about childhood accidents. What a time saver. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a xenotechnological researcher. Ask Spock.
Something in here that looks like a tiddlywink, Spock? You don't think this is really some sort of game table? Here's something, Spock. What is it? Spock, you should come look at this. I'm sure you will find it fascinating.
You know, Jim, what this place really needs is a doorbell and a good butler.
After a thorough examination, Spock, I've determined you can handle this.
Think if I punch these enough, somebody will come and tell me what the devil's going on here?
I really should learn how you do these doors, Spock, but since you're here...
Why'd I even bother, Spock? You wouldn't tell me if anything was wrong, and it's unlikely I'd know what to do with you anyway.
Ask yourself, Doctor, does the latter cause the former?
Will you two stop?
You're acting jumpy. Settle down before I have to break out my med kit.
Tempting as it now seems, it is probably best I refrain from any actions on the Doctor.
I give up. What in the world do you want me to do with it?
I suppose I should have taken more electronics classes.
Before I go wasting medkit supplies, I think I'll give you a quick checkup. Readings are slightly elevated. You seem healthy. I wonder why it's doing that. You talking to me? Well, Jim, vital signs seem elevated for a creature his size, but other than that, he seems healthy. Jim, the Demeter scans noted a medical examination room next door, and I'd like to take this Balcosian there and check him out. I want to see what that gas is doing to him.
Not a bad idea, Bones.
Jim, I don't think that Balcosian would like that idea.
I do not believe the Doctor is the problem here, and using the nerve pinch would serve no purpose. However, it is possible that this hypothesis is wrong.
Look at that, Jim. Spock was trying to be funny.
This doesn't seem like a captain's job. I'll try to stun him when he goes to eat.
Overreacting just a bit, aren't we, Jim? We'd like to study him, not barbecue him. It's getting time for your medical, Jim. Maybe Spock could fix his equipment to work on humans. Then again, he'd be out of luck, wouldn't he?
Reading slightly elevated.
I feel perfectly fine, but this idiot machine doesn't think so.
And you are having difficulty choosing which to believe, Doctor?
I know exactly which to believe, Spock. And I know what you meant, too.
Gentlemen, please. To think I brought you two instead of some of the other crew.
Rub it in, Jim. Right. The other stuff I can handle. And you want me here?
Spock, why am I wasting our time when you could be doing this?
The medical table is too small. If I nerve pinched the doctor, I would have no convenient place to put him. My tricorder detects nothing unusual. I suggest using Dr. McCoy's tricorder instead.
If you continue to stay healthy, I think I'll just have to go home. Looks like the same green-blooded Vulcan I'm always having to examine. Healthy, I think.
I see no purpose in taking action against the doctor.
I don't understand any of this, Jim. You know, this panel looks a lot like all the other ones.
Spock, this looks like the panel in the first room. No, I don't think that's necessary. This is kind of fun. Too bad this machinery is not my field of expertise.
What do you expect me to do, Jim? Check his temperature? This panel appears to be in perfect health, Jim. I bet if I could find a popcorn dispenser, this thing would show us a movie.
Computer, are you on? Maybe I'm not the man for this particular job.
It seems that we have chosen incorrectly, Captain.
What's the matter, Jim? Been that long since childhood? We used to play this kind of game all the time.
No, Bones, it hasn't been that long. I just haven't seen a puzzle quite like this one.
I must confess a lack of familiarity with this particular scheme. Vulcan puzzles are more abstract. There were 4 available shapes that might solve the puzzle.
One of the shapes should make all 3 lines equal in some way.
That would seem logical, Captain.
What the devil do I know about machines? Ask Spock. I don't understand any of this, Jim. This thing's full of bacteria, a fast-growing one at that. Hey, Spock, get over here and tell me what all this other mechanical nonsense means.
I would just be wasting our time, Spock. This is more along your lines. I suppose the question is what to do with this thing. Spock, can you do anything with those controls?
Captain, the controls are locked out. There is no way to change their settings.
I suppose I could try sitting on it. Is that what you want? Looks a little like a game board to me.
You know, Spock, if you weren't here, I'd have to try to determine what that machine does.
Then it would seem to be most fortunate that I am here.
Jim, I do believe Spock was being sarcastic.
I think all this alien machinery has gotten him so excited he's become emotional.
Not likely, Captain.
No, I suppose not.
Captain Kirk realizes that for all of his skills, he's not the man for this job.
Captain, accessing the archive will cause transmission of the signal from this unit to the other device. Do you wish me to continue?
Yes, Spock. That information could be critical to the Federation.
I have the data, Captain. The archive is now empty and has sent its signal.
I'm not happy about this, Jim. I think we're dooming the Balcosi to eternal strife, not to mention what it's doing to us.
Spock may have had it right. This might have been the plan all along. Someone obviously set all this up. Would they possibly put the Balcosi in a position to be negatively affected?
Captain, the energy field has dropped enough for us to communicate with the Enterprise.
Kirk to Enterprise. Scotty, are you there?
Captain Kirk, good to hear your voice.
And yours, Scotty. 3 to beam up. Chekhov, set phasers on widest possible setting. We need to sterilize the atmosphere near that complex. We must wipe out that bacteria.
Aye, Captain.
Captain, as we surmised on the planet, there are more bacteria-producing locations. Sensors indicate several similar geysers of material being ejected into the atmosphere from various locations on the planet. My calculations are that we cannot destroy enough of the bacteria to stop it from invading the ecosystem. Captain, the Balcosi will be permanently subjected to the pheromone.
Jim, I've gone over the report. You have doomed the Balcosi to violent behavior and cut their food supply to boot. Jim, with all your years of service, you should know that no information, no matter how revolutionary, is worth condemning an entire civilization. Maybe you and your crew have been together a bit too long. I expect better things from you, Captain. You are hereby ordered to return to Starbase 42 for re-evaluation of your fitness for command. Mr. Spock, you are now in command, until you receive further orders.
Load a previously saved game.
Captain, do you wish me to start the shutdown sequence on the generator?
Let's hold off on that for now, Spock. Shut it down, Spock.
What the devil is that?
Captain, that energy shield is down. We now have you on sensors, and there's a lot of other life forms approaching you.
You started this, Jim. What are you going to do now? Shoot them all?
We can start by getting away from that door. Scotty, get us out of here.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Jim, I've gone over the report. Not only didn't you get information valuable to the Federation, but you also doomed the Balcosi to violent behavior and cut their food supply to boot. Maybe you and your crew have been together a bit too long. I expect better things from you, Captain. You are hereby ordered to return to Starbase 42 for psychological examinations. Mr. Spock, you are now in command until you receive further orders.
Load a previously saved game.